Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Atelier at Ferrari North Shore. My name is Rocco Mamone, and today I'll be taking you on a journey as I configure the latest generation to meet our family, the Ferrari Roma, inspired by Piero Drogo's 1957 250 Testarossa. So to begin the Ferrari configuration on the Roma, we'll be using the iPad, which will give us thousands of different combinations, depending on our style, our personality, or a previous vehicle that we've been inspired by. Now, my inspired vehicle was the 250 Testarossa. Not your typical Ferrari. A lot of people think Ferrari needs to be red, it needs to have beige interior, but this particular one raced in the 50s and 60s in black with almost like a red lipstick on the front. So today I'm going to be utilizing the red, the black, and the white elements of that car throughout the interior and exterior of the Roma. So to begin, we're going to choose the Nero DS, which is a solid gloss black, very deep. It doesn't show off any highlights other than the true body of the car. And because we're using a Ferrari racing car for our base, we'll also be including the Scuderia Ferrari shields on the front fenders. This was a typical element to ensure that all of the spectators knew exactly who was winning the race. Moving on to the wheels, we're going to be choosing the chrome painted forged alloy. Now this wheel will give you a little bit more of an open spoke, very typical of what the wire wheels were on the extended cars of that era. To bring in a little bit of that red that I mentioned earlier, the highlighted red brake calipers, and then to draw away from any other colors, we'll be using the carbon fiber center wheel caps. So now in the exterior, we've got that real element of high gloss black, red brake calipers, and carbon fiber wheel caps. Moving around to the back of the car, we'll be going with the black ceramic exhaust tip. Now, all of the cars that raced in that era had the black exhaust, and it doesn't draw any attention away from the wheels, the calipers, or the paint. They're there, but they don't want you to know that they're there. Lastly, moving on to the carbon fiber. Now we're going to do a full 360-degree experience with the carbon fiber. Again, giving a little bit more of a modern element to racing cars. We'll be highlighting the front spoiler, the underdoor cover, and moving around to the back, the rear diffuser. So now our entire lower level of the car really complements that high gloss black carbon fiber. Moving on to the interior, this is where I'm going to have a bit of fun with your traditional Ferrari red and your black elements. So the main interior color is going to be in Rosso Ferrari, okay? This will highlight, as you can see, the seat element. Now, as a default, the Roma will come with a slight little red piping that goes throughout the interior, but I'm going to change that to implement a little bit of the white highlights that was on the original Ferrari 250 Testarossa, as we can see here on the screen. Now, what I would like to do is introduce a little bit more of the red. So on the original 250 Testarossa, the interior cabin was predominantly red and it did have your white highlights. I'll also be accentuating the stitching throughout the cabin. Now, without going too far, I'd like to introduce a little bit of the red. So what that's going to do is it's going to blend in naturally with the red leather that we've got on the seats, on the door panels. But the beauty is I'm going to zoom in here for you, a little bit of that accentuation on the door panel, on your center armrest here, and then from the driver's perspective, on your steering wheel and dashboard. Moving to the front headrest, again, picking up a little bit of that black contrast, we're going to stitch the headrest in our black thread. Moving on to the carpet, Ferrari offers a beautiful leather and carpet bound floor mat, as you can see here. So this will give you the partial carpet element, partial leather, and then that beautiful Roma stitching in the floor well as well. Now, because we are dedicating this car to the 250 Testarossa, I'd like to put a little dedication plate, which you can see just here above the mouse. And we're actually going to put in a tribute to the Ferrari Testarossa. The aluminium floor panel for the passenger and for the driver to give you that, again, that sporty feel, so we know that we're inside a car that was meant for racing. Now with the interior carbon fiber, we're not going to do too much in this one because the Roma it's a very elegant car. It's a very GT inspired car. So to throw back a little bit to that racing element, we're going to introduce the carbon fiber steering wheel. So that'll give you your leather bound grip, carbon fiber LED switchboard on top, and carbon fiber base at the bottom. Continuing with the carbon fiber theme, I'd like to introduce a little plaque on the door, which is sometimes overlooked by a few people when they're doing their design. Now this is a little plate that sits on the kick sill as you open the door. I'm going to highlight it here for you. You can see it here just as you open the door, which will normally be in aluminium, but due to the carbon fiber essence that we've gone with the car, I'd like to now introduce that onto the kick sill as well. So now that we've completed our interior configuration with the black, the red, and the white highlights, the configurator is beautiful. It actually allows us to take a view from the outside to see what it looks like all in one. So we can see here the beautiful Rosso Ferrari interior over that solid black exterior paint. And what we can even do is change the layout so we can actually see the car now in a natural light. Here at the track of Fiorano in front of Enzo's house. There we have the black ceramic exhaust tips hiding there in the carbon fiber rear diffuser. And of course the Scuderia Ferrari shields. Thank you for joining us in the configurator today. Contact us at Ferrari Sydney and North Shore to configure your Ferrari of your dreams. Ciao.